Hi everyone, this is Carmen from Millennium. If you are a parent who believes that it's important for your child to develop good social skills in order to be happy and successful in life, you'll benefit from our guest speaker today. Bernice Lee is called many things. Hong Kong's trusted etiquette expert, creator of the Confidence Can't Kid training programs, founder of the Etiquette and Leadership Institute. She teaches people to increase their leadership presence and confidence through the mastery of everyday etiquette. She has taught over 2,500 people from 23 countries. She teaches children and above in Hong Kong. She holds an etiquette certification from the United States. She also holds degrees from the world-famous Yale University and Cornell University. You'll love and benefit from her lesson today. Thank you for joining me, Bernice.
You're welcome, Carmen. Good to see you and to join you for week 3.
Yes, week 3. So this week, I want to ask Bernice questions I get from some parents to visit my center. My child leaves the table during the meal. How do I keep them seated?
Oh yeah, that's a really common one, Carmen. So, I have my own child, and he does the same. So it's a challenge that many of us face. So the first thing as a teacher that I tell parents or advise parents is to really understand why your child is getting up. So last week I mentioned something about what's age appropriate manners. If a child is between 0 and 4 years old, just understand that they have a really short attention span, right? If they can stay seated for 15 minutes, that's already a really big deal, and it's something to celebrate. Okay, so as parents, we need to adjust our expectations based on the age of our child. So there are some children who have especially short attention spans. So they could, on the far end, be diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, or they might be, not clinical, but still have short attention span. And then there are those kids who can sit for, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour with no problem. So understanding your child and where they are at developmentally is very important. Some parents say, other kids can sit for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. My kid only can sit for 15 minutes. And you know what? Sometimes you just have to accept that your child at this stage can sit for 15 minutes. And if they can sit for 15 minutes and be really well behaved during that time, that already deserves, praise and encouragement. If you, over time, you can extend the time. Like, let's say if they're 6 years old and you say, okay, if you can sit for 20 minutes, good job, right? And then you give them praise and encouragement. So like my child has like a shorter attention span. So what I do is, rather than yelling at him to make him sit, I do have to encourage him to come back, but I also allow him to take little breaks because that's what he needs. If a child who's older, who's like, say, 7, 8 years old, and they have like a short attention span, meaning they can sit maybe 20 minutes at a time, focus on one task, then you can teach them in a more formal occasion to excuse themselves and go to the bathroom, or excuse themselves and go take a walk. Of course, with a parent accompanying them. And so I've taught some teenagers who do have ADD, ADHD, and they absolutely have to get up. And so for them, the accommodation is just excuse yourself and take a little walk around, and then come back when you're ready to, and that's fine as well. So, but other than that, if a child is, let's say, average in their attention span, what you can do is be more strict with them. For example, you could say, dinner time is 30 minutes, and most people can finish in 30 minutes. And you're like, during that 30 minutes, we expect you to stay at the table, and have some sort of reward system for that. I'm not a big fan of punishment for this sort of thing. So if if they can make it to the 30 minutes and stay seated, then again, some sort of reward or praise or encouragement is appropriate. But I know it can feel stressful for some parents because you're constantly telling your child, sit down, sit down, sit down. Sometimes they just need a break, but just continue to bring them back and give them also a reason to be at the table. If they're just sitting there eating their rice or their dinner and there's nobody talking to them, and both parents are on their mobile phones, that's not really a good reason for them to be at the table, right? But if you can engage them in conversation, ask them about their day at school, mommy and daddy or grandma, grandpa talk about their day at work, then it makes being present a more compelling, attractive option.
Wow, that's excellent advice, Bernice, and I think it's helped a lot of parents. So, if the parents want to find out more about you or contact you, how should they do?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So they can learn more about me on my website, which is www.eli-asia.com. The link will be in the comments below. And they can also follow me on Instagram at Ms. Bernice Lee. That's MS.
Yeah, sure. So let's sign up for the ELR's newsletter and get a 3E guide about children's manner. And for sure, like this post if you'd like your child to attend a table manner classes at Millennium Arts. Thank you.
Thanks, Carmen. See you next week.
See you. Bye.